Hello, greetings. Welcome again back. I am also consistent as the problem. I am more consistent than the problem. So I also thought I'll not give up. How much ever time. So, anyways, I'm leaving the recording behind if this happens, and then you can certainly see those who are not online right now. So, divine love and light to all of you all. It's been a wonderful day actually today. A little itchy with all these fluctuations, but beautiful day actually with music. So I'm still in that mode. So I just wanted to share that and then also answer some of the questions that have come up since long. So I thought let me make another attempt. I'm more persistent than the problem itself. Anyways, I have now shared everything and it's so because it's all I've done it so many times, it's quickly happened this time. So I am actually set on these stones and there's a keyboard in front of me. That's why I've zoomed and I'm talking a little loud. It's a distant, it's zoomed. So I was just seeing how beautifully the Hindu and Muslim music blend, because remember always music doesn't have a religion. Music is religion actually. So it blends with anything that is divine. So I was actually trying to sing the Sambh Sadashiva, and then also kind of a Sufi tunes was going into it, because there is actually this F and E note. If you don't know music, that's okay. But I'm telling you, these two are a little Sufi kind of notes, which comes in Sambh Sadashiva. Shambho, 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 Sambh Sadashiva, Sambh Sadashiva, Sambh Sadashiva Har Shambho. I'll play with this with the beat so that it sounds more nice. It goes like this. Sambh Sada. I'll play with this. On a very soft and slow note. Sambh Sada Shiva, Sambh Sada Shiva, Sambh Sada Shiva Har Shambho, Sambh Sada Shiva, Sambh Sada Shiva, Sambh Sada Shiva Har Shambho. Hey Mrityunjaya, Hey Mrityunjaya, Actually, this is the same. These two notes which are there. No? That's the most beautiful part because it goes off a little off beat the track and sounds very pleasant. But this is a Sufi note again. I'll play an Arabic sound because the Arabic was sounding very good actually on this. It's very funny, but can you get that? Look at this. It's an Arabic Sufi note. Samb sada shiva, samb sada shiva, samb sada shiva rasham, samb sada shiva, samb Well, this is how I put on anything and sing anything and do anything. But it all vibes well. It goes really well. So there's a little distance. It's zoomed. I'm coming there now. Let me just put this keyboards away. Yes. Now you'll be able to hear me well. Today's session went a little late because of a lot of fluctuations and all that, but still we were persistent. I guess those who were waiting also were persistent, and me also was persistent with the problem. So welcome to today's live, and today it's very late, Sunday evening. So I guess most of you have gone to sleep or gone off to your work. The weekend is ending, so I won't be taking much of a time right now. I will do the other session. I mean, I had come to speak a little bit on some questions that were asked by you guys, and um, I couldn't reply that on the email also because it was a little lengthy. So I thought I'll put it the answers into the next live only, which was supposed to be today, but unfortunately we couldn't do it. So I don't know. Whenever I do the next live, I will try to address them. But till then, keep the faith, keep everything running smooth. I know times are testing enough because from the feedbacks that I get, from your emails, from your questions, and the things that are happening in my life, my body, my mind, my emotions, and life in general, and the feedbacks that come from you, I can correlate and find out that how we are all in the same boat. We are all seeming to be very different, having different life journeys, but certainly, certainly we are moving in the same direction. Everybody has got to be going towards the same destination, but all have different stories. So different stories, that means different boats, but heading, all the boats are heading toward the same destination. And while we head, there are so many turbulent waves. The journey is long, the times are very testing. I know a lot of things are going on in your life, in your mind. But dear ones, again, I'm saying keep the faith because somehow we got to go through it all. There might not be answers, there might not be understanding as to how things are unfolding. All I can say is from my practices, from all how I have seen life and been through many and still going through many on the life journey, I can only say that keep going. Things will test you in many, many ways. Many ways. Nobody is sitting out there to make any test. No God, no Guru, nobody in the Guru Mandala is sitting and trying to do something on you. I am told often that it is all God's will. It is the Guru Mandala's will. But somewhere there is a thin line between the will of God, between the will of Guru and my will. Most of the time the vasanas are so strong and so subconscious and deep and subtle that we are unable to even make out it is my will or the God's will. We always say it is God's will. Most of them I've seen saying भगवान की इच्छा. भगवान की इच्छा तो है ही, लेकिन कभी कभी हमको थोड़ा ध्यान देके सोचना पड़ता है कि कहीं भगवान की इच्छा के आड़ में मेरी इच्छा तो नहीं छुपी है. क्योंकि हम जिस तरह से भगवान को भी देखते हैं, जिस तरीके से प्रोजेक्ट भी करते हैं, वो अपनी वासनाओं से ही हम प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं उसको. देखते हैं, अपनी नज़रिया से देखते हैं उसको, अपना जैसा कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स उसमें देखते हैं, अपना जैसा सोच, अपना जैसा मन उस भगवान को भी हम बना देते हैं, और फिर हम करार देते हैं उसकी इच्छा है या उसकी इच्छा थी। मैंने काफ़ी बार अपने जर्नी में ये चीज़ देखा है। इच्छा तो होती है हमारी, हमारी इच्छाएं जो मरी नहीं है पूरी तरह से, अभी भी कहीं कुछ बाकी बचे हैं, तो उन इच्छाओं को मैं उसका नाम लेके, उसकी इच्छा है बोल के मैं करता हूँ। ये हालांकि हमको कभी कभी दिखाई नहीं देता, लेकिन दूसरे व्यक्ति को जो थोड़ी सजगता से इस चीज़ को देख रहा है, जजमेंट का कोई बात नहीं है, क्रिटिसिज्म की बात नहीं है, लेकिन सजग है, अवेयर है, तो अपने भीतर भी जो हो रहा है अवेयर हो रहा है, तो बाहर का भी अवेयर हो रहा है। तो अवेयरनेस अगर रहा तो ये थोड़ा स्पष्ट दिखता है कि भगवान की इच्छा है या अपनी इच्छा है। हम बहुत सारी चीज़ भगवान के नाम लेके भी कर देते हैं। अध्यात्म, अपना स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी का भी नाम लेके हम अपना पापड़ बेल लेते हैं। ये इतना सूक्ष्म है, लाइक इट इज सेड, एवरीबडी नोज दिस, द ईगो इज वेरी क्लियरली डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव, यू कैन इजिली सी योर ईगो। अहम अपना दिखता है अपने को, थोड़ा गौर करेंगे तो दिखता है, किसी को भी दिख जाता है, लेकिन एक अहम है जो बहुत कठिन है दिखना, वो है अध्यात्म वाला अहम। अध्यात्म के मार्ग पे जो अहम आता है वो समझ ही नहीं आता, वो इतनी सूक्ष्म होता है, जैसे मक्खन छुपा है दूध में। दूध में दिखाई नहीं देता मक्खन, हमको लगता है मक्खन खाए हैं इसमें, लेकिन है बहुत सूक्ष्म। इसलिए बोलते हैं कि फूक फूक के कदम रखना चाहिए अध्यात्म में भी, क्योंकि यहाँ वाला हम एक बार आ गया दिखना बहुत कठिन है। और काफ़ी वर्ष अगर हम चले हैं इस पथ पे, और अगर हम बैठ गया, जम गया, तो दिखना और भी कठिन हो जाता है। ये किसी और को दिख जाता है, क्योंकि और का देखने का रवैया अलग है, लेकिन मैं जो अपने आप को परफेक्ट मानता हूँ, कोई गलती मैं कर ही नहीं सकता हूँ मानता हूँ, या ये आड़ में कि भगवान के नाम पे कर रहा हूँ, या गुरु के नाम पे कर रहा हूँ, या अध्यात्म के नाम पे कर रहा हूँ, या अच्छे या डिवाइन के नाम पे कर रहा हूँ, ये जब जम जाती है वर्ष से, और हमको लगता है कि हर एक कदम हम जो चल रहे हैं अध्यात्म में ये उसकी इच्छा से है, और ये अहम अगर जम गया कहीं ना कहीं दिखाई नहीं देता, ये बहुत कुछ करवा देता है। मन जो है, मन अभी भी सोचता है कि वो कर रहा है, लेकिन कर तो मैं हूं। तो ये मेरी जर्नी में मैंने काफ़ी बार इसको देखा है, काफ़ी बार ठोकरें खाई है, काफ़ी बार गिरा हूँ, काफ़ी बार बहुत ज़्यादा चोट लगी है, क्योंकि अध्यात्म में जब गिरते हैं ज़्यादा चोट लगता है। द मोर हायर यू आर द हार्डर द फॉल, कहते हैं। जितनी ऊंचाई पे आप चढ़ते रहो, वहाँ से अगर आप गिरोगे तो ज़्यादा चोट लगती है। तो ये सब सम शेयरिंग्स हैं विच आई एम टेलिंग, आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग। आज तो कोई एजेंडा नहीं था, लेकिन अभी मन में आ गया, एंड व्हाट कम्स टू द माइंड आई शेयर इट। I don't want to hide anything. I just want to throw it out, whatever comes. So there are a lot of confusions in the spiritual journey also. क्योंकि हमको लगता है कि स्पिरिचुअल अध्यात्म में आ गए तो सब ठीक हो जाएगा, नहीं। अध्यात्म के अंदर जब आप कदम रखते हो तो असली सफर शुरू होता है तब, असली टेस्ट शुरू होता है तब, और सूक्ष्म से सूक्ष्म चीजें आपको लांघनी पड़ती है। इसलिए मैं सजगता की बात करता हूं, क्योंकि जब तक सजगता नहीं है मेरे भाई, ये दिखाई नहीं देगा आपको। सजग होके जब तक हम नहीं देखेंगे, सजगता क्या है? ईमानदारी, ट्रुथफुलनेस, ऑनेस्टी से मैं देख रहा हूं, मैंने अगर गलती किया तो मान ले रहा हूं कि मैंने गलती किया है। अध्यात्म अहम आ गया तो बहुत मुश्किल है मानना कि मैं कुछ गलती कर भी सकता हूं। क्योंकि मैं अपने आप को इतना सर्वश्रेष्ठ मान चुका हूँ अब तक कि मैं कोई गलती कर ही नहीं सकता। दूसरों को बोलना छोड़ो कि मैं गलती नहीं कर सकता, मैं अपने आप को भी ये झूठी तसल्ली देता हूँ कि मैं सही कर रहा हूँ, और इसमें गलतियाँ करते जाते हैं। साथ में हमारे बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं जो जुड़े हैं, तो ये काफ़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबल वर्क है। जिस मार्ग पे भी हम लोग चल रहे हैं, और हम जो भी डिवाइन लव एंड लाइट की बात करते हैं, या जो भी अध्यात्म की बात, प्रकाश की बात हम करते हैं, और जो हम सोचते हैं कि हम सबकी मदद करें, लेट मी ऑल्सो हेल्प अदर्स in the journey, that is a even more responsible work. You got to be more responsible there, because if you are not understanding that you are going wrong somewhere, and you are sharing the light of wrongness, it's very difficult. So be always very alert, be awake, be mindful, be sajak, be conscious. Very, very important on the journey. Most of the emails that you write, most of the questions that you write are because you are not aligned with the truth. You're not trying to catch the truth. It is all superficial. बाह्यमुखी होके हम बाहर ढूंढते हैं इस चीज को, अंतर्मुखी होते ही नहीं है। अब सब बोलते हैं कि अंतर्मुखी कैसा होना, मुझे नहीं आता। अंतर्मुखी होने के लिए सजग होना पड़ता है। सजग हो जाइए, अपने आप अंतर्मुखी हो जाएंगे। सजग जब तक नहीं होंगे, अवेयर जब तक नहीं होंगे, तब तक आपको पकड़ नहीं आएगा। सजगता क्या है? व्हाट इज अवेयरनेस? अवेयरनेस जैसे मानो अभी आप बैठे हो और आप देख रहे हो, यू लुकिंग एट दिस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो। आप ये भी सजग है कि आप कहीं बैठे हो, आपके इर्द गिर्द जो भी चीज़ें रखी हैं, आप सजग हो उसके बारे में। आप मॉल में जाते हो, आप हर एक चीज़ देखते हो, आप सजग हैं हर एक चीज़ के बारे में। आप रोड पे जाते हो, आप ड्राइव कर रहे हो, आप सजग है हर एक चीज़ के बारे में। लेकिन हमारी सजगता हमारे मन के हिसाब से चलता है। कॉन्शियसनेस में शिफ्ट होना एक अलग बात है। कॉन्शियसनेस में शिफ्ट होना, मन से कॉन्शियसनेस में आना, यानी कि शिफ्टिंग इनटू अवेयरनेस, विच इज होलनेस, इट इज कंप्लीट। माइंड वाला जो फोकस है, जिसको हम फोकस कहते हैं, फोकस करो। रोड ड्राइविंग कर रहे हो तो फोकस करो, तो आपका फोकस कहाँ जाएगा? नेचुरली रोड पे जाएगा। मैं उस फोकस के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ। फोकस और सजगता दोनों कंप्लीटली अलग चीज़ है। हम नॉर्मली सोचते हैं कि सजग होना यानी कि फोकस करो। नहीं, आप ड्राइव कर रहे हो और किसी ने बोला सजग हो जाओ, तो आप सजग नहीं, आप फोकस कर रहे हो रोड पे। जैसे आप रोड पे फोकस कर रहे हो, आपका और कहीं ध्यान नहीं होता। आप समझे? एक ही चीज पे वन एट अ टाइम ही होता है जब फोकस करते हो। यू कैनॉट फोकस ऑन मल्टीपल थिंग एट वन टाइम, यू विल क्रैश। तो नॉर्मली जो ड्राइवर ड्राइव कर रहा है, उसका फोकस है रोड पे, वन पॉइंटेडनेस। ही इज केयरफुल, बट ही इज नॉट केयरफुल, ही मे नॉट बी केयरफुल मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम कि उसके बगल में कौन बैठा है, पीछे क्या चल रहा है, और साइड में क्या चल रहा है, और गाड़ी के अंदर क्या चल रहा है। सो सजगता मीन्स आगे भी आप फोकस में हो, यू आर सजग अबाउट द रोड, बट एट द सेम टाइम पेरिफेरली ऑल्सो यू आर सजग अबाउट एवरीथिंग, अबाउट हु इज इन द कार, what's happening inside the car, what's happening outside the car, the side, the back. ये कैसे possible है? This is your awareness. This is when you become very conscious. This is when it comes with practice. This is what I'm talking about, awareness. Awareness is being aware that something is there, aware of the presence all around, aware of life all around. When you are in nature, when you are walking in nature, अगर आप सजग होके चल रहे हैं, you are feeling the ground below your feet, feeling the temperature of it, feeling how moist it is, the grass or whatever. You are aware of it, you are aware of the temperature outside on your skin. पानी गिर रहा है, बारिश हो रही है, धुंध हो रहा है, धूप टच कर रहा है आपके स्किन को, यू आर अवेयर ऑफ द लाइट, यू आर अवेयर ऑफ द विंड, ब्रीज, उसकी आवाज़ भी सुनाई दे रही है, महसूस भी हो रहा है, महक भी आ रही है, द स्मेल, whatever is fragrant in the air. So are you seeing it's involving all the senses, and your eyes also seeing everything, not just straight forward, even the peripheral vision. अभी आप मुझे देख रहे हो, साइड में कुछ चीज़ें भी आपके घर के रखी हैं, आप जहाँ पे भी बैठे हो, थोड़ा सजगता आप डालेंगे तो आप मुझे देखते देखते साइड में भी आप अवेयरनेस, दिस इज अवेयरनेस, आप समझे? आप मुझे देख भी रहे हो, मेरे बारे में भी अवेयर हो सामने मोबाइल पे, और साइड में भी जो चीज़ें हैं उसके बारे में भी आप सजग हो जा रहे हो। दिस इज ऑल एट वन टाइम। अभी ये सजगता आप रूम के बाहर भी डालो एक साथ, तो रूम के बाहर भी जो हो रही है उसकी सजगता आती है। रूम के बाहर 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 के साथ रूम के अंदर, शरीर के बाहर क्या हो रहा है, शरीर के अंदर क्या हो रहा है, ये भी अगर आप राइट नाउ सजग हो जाओगे, आपके फुल बॉडी के अंदर क्या चल रहा है, यू शुड बी एबल टू स्विचिंग, इट इज शिफ्टिंग इनटू कॉन्शियसनेस, शिफ्टिंग इनटू अवेयरनेस, you become fully aware if you are inside body, you can shift it outside. This is how you play with awareness. ये करते 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 आपको प्रैक्टिस होना शुरू हो जाता है टू एक्सपांड योर होराइजन, टू एक्सपांड योर अवेयरनेस, और करते करते you will get connected to your awareness, your consciousness, which is your soul. Who are you? You are awareness. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं यहाँ हूँ, मेरा आत्मा अंदर है। आपका आत्मा यानी दो चीज हो गया, द्वंद्व हो गया, द्वैत हो गया, दो हो ही नहीं सकता, आप ही आत्मा हो। यू आर अवेयरनेस, तो यू कैनॉट से मेरी आत्मा अंदर है, मैं ही आत्मा हूँ, मेरी आत्मा और मैं अलग थोड़ी हूँ। आपकी आत्मा अगर अलग है तो फिर आप कौन है? हु आर यू? सो दीज आर द क्वेश्चंस दैट वी नीड टू not think but feel, bring it into awareness, सजग होते होते about this all the time. Who are you? Who am I? Who is this watching? आप खाना भी खा रहे हो तो just bring it into awareness कि ये खा कौन रहा है। शरीर, आप देखोगे कि शरीर खा रहा है, लेकिन ये शरीर को चला कौन रहा है? ये कौन है जो इसको सेंस कर रहा है, उसको फील कर रहा है, टेस्ट कर रहा है? कौन है जो डिसाइड कर रहा है? देयर इज समबडी, दैट समथिंग इज यू, दैट्स योर अवेयरनेस। तो अवेयर होते होते, सजग होते होते, यू गेट एक्चुअली कनेक्टेड टू योर ओन सोल। दिस इज द पर्पस ऑफ अवेयरनेस। सो दिस इज हाउ यू प्रैक्टिस ऑल द टाइम। व्हेन यू आर लिसनिंग टू म्यूजिक, राइट नाउ यू मस्ट बी हियरिंग सम म्यूजिक। हाउ ब्यूटिफुल when you are able to hear me as well as the background music, as well as whatever is happening around you. Become aware of it without any judgment. Music is not nice, loud, slow, lower, doesn't matter. How is my voice texture, doesn't matter. How, whether outside you have disturbances, dog is barking, some vehicle going, some things happening, somebody shouting, yelling, crying, laughing, whatever. Don't have any judgments on is that right or is that wrong. For some moments, just be aware of it. Right now, listening to my voice, you're aware. Music, you're aware. Whatever is happening around you is you're aware. No judgment, no second thought also about it. So basically there is no comment, there is no judgment on anything that is happening. When you move into this zone without a single comment, even if it is happening, don't entertain it. बच्चा रो रहा होगा, suddenly you might feel like, what is this? Immediately bring into awareness, no, you are not supposed to entertain that thought. तो आ गया, immediately bring into awareness, it will disappear. This way, keep on doing it, it will dissipate. And we can practice having no comments in the mind, no comment at all when we are practicing this. Then slowly expand that. no comments into wherever you become aware whole part of the day. No, I'm not going to comment on anything. When you see something, no comments, just watch it. When this sharpens, you'll see that you are moving into something called the Sakshi Bhav, or the witness attitude, or the Drishta Bhav. Where there is no comment, that is witness. And when you are witnessing without comment, that is the present moment, that is Ikshan, this moment, that is the living right now, the now moment, which is called. Now will happen only when there is no comment. No comment means no thought, no vibrations of the mind. तरंगे बंद हो जाती है. So you're just seeing everything. Slowly, when you expand that, you will see that the mind is less reactive to what is happening outside. All the time we are judging everything. If you see, we have a judgment on everything. Even the nicest thing which you think is not, it's a bad habit. Like if you're seeing a serial, a television serial, and somebody is coming there, and a vamp is coming and somebody is shouting, then you'll say, oh my god, why did she have to come right now? It's a comment. Mind loves commenting. Even when you're watching, practice not commenting. Still the mind. So it might not happen overall. But I'm telling you, if you practice again and again, you'll see the quantity of the comments that are happening, the judgments, it will start reducing. And you'll see 50% or more than 50% also is reduced. And when that reduces, you become calm. People ask, how are you quiet? Even my own house people ask. And whole day I'm in the house, in one room. Whole day I can be with myself. I can be with myself because there is no comment. I've not mastered it. I'm attempting to. But I can see the drastic difference that has happened. Drastic changes that are coming in. It does cut off. Slowly, it does cut off. So it's very, very important that we practice this. Slowly, all the comments will start dropping away. Then, most beautiful thing is if somebody does this or that also, there will not be an immediate comment. Because now you are not entertaining your mind to do that. That is how the mind becomes calm. And then the mind becomes calm, you become calm. When you become calm, you will not want anything. People say after coming into spirituality, you become silent and you become withdrawn. No, you are not doing that deliberately. आप जानबूझ के नहीं कर रहे हो. You cut off everything. No TV, no phones, no people. No. That's wrong. People tell me that's wrong what you do on my life. You cut off from people, you're everything aloof, and that's such a strainful thing. You have to do so much of. There is no doing, my dear. If it is a doing, then it's a gone case. Doing में struggle है, there is suffering. Because if I do it purposely, if I do it by force, then the whole time I'm alone, aloof, it will be a torture for me because I am doing something there. I'm controlling, which is not natural. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to be which I am not. And when I become a false, when I become a lie, it becomes a torture. Are you getting it? Aloofness is actually automatically there is no comments. When the comments drop, you are not interested to pursue that matter. You will see anything in life. Let's say you are sitting with your friend and your friend is talking about some other friend, some gossip. Gossip sunte hi, your mind begins making judgment and then you enter into the conversation. Gossip, entering into gossip से पहले यहाँ गॉसिप होता है, कमेंट्स आती है, जजमेंट्स आती है, उसके बाद आप उसको बखान करते हो उसका. So if somebody is talking some rubbish, you will also join it because mind is very active. And the comments, once it comes out of your head, it has to go somewhere. Then what you're doing is you're helplessly speaking it out. First, it has been generated here, it has to go somewhere, and so you throw it out from your mouth. Now, if somebody says gossiping is bad, don't gossip, don't gossip. Like all the scriptures say, even the master says, gossip is bad. And if you are a very conscious person, what will happen is, when you listen to something, the mind is commenting, but the scriptures have put a plaster on your mouth. Out of fear or greed, you don't speak. So what is happening is, the thoughts are generated. The comment, the judgment, the criticism is already done in the mind, but it has not come out of the mouth. So you are holding it. So many people feel this is spirituality. This is not. This is torture. Maybe they are trying to be spiritual or trying to look good. And no, I don't comment on anything. I don't talk on anybody's bad. I'm not a gossiper. You are not a gossiper. But what's happening in your mind, only you knows. You know that. So you may be good to others saying that I am not a gossiper, but already the gossip has happened inside. And mind you, if that gossip is happening here and you're controlling from here, it will be a torture, because what has come out, it finds sources to come out. It needs to be expressed. If it is not expressed, it will torture you inside, and that's energy, negative energy, which you have generated inside. Now, when you speak it out, it's still better. I'm telling you, if the gossip has happened here, it is still better to throw it out. I don't encourage that, but I'm telling you, it will cause less damage. If it is not thrown out, if it is not expressed, that negative energy will be stuck inside and create other complicated issue, maybe psychosomatic stuff, psychological issues, physiological issues on your body, mind, emotions. It will show up today or tomorrow. This is how most of our illnesses over a period of time creep, which we do not express. And we say, I have not done anything wrong. I don't say anything bad. You don't say, but your mind is accumulating all which is said inside. You have not just thrown it out, but inside everything has been done. A person who becomes aware is the first person who will look into what this one is doing, not what this one is doing. This one, anybody can, even your outer people can judge you and tell, okay, this is a nice guy, but you know how nice you are. It all depends on the niceness inside. So when I'm sajak, when I'm aware, I become aware of what is inside, what is really happening. Because only you, only you will know what is right and wrong. Whether you are going right or wrong, your conscience will tell you that. Meditation is just that. Meditation, we feel, is a struggle to do something. There is no doing. There's just watching. What do you watch? Drishtabhav. What is that witness that is watching? The meditation is watching. Watching without comments, without judgments. How can you watch? You cannot watch until you are honest. Integrity is needed. Only if you are honest and if you are ready to face yourself the way you are and catch yourself from all the things that you are unknowingly doing, that becomes a very beautiful meditation, because then you sit down quietly in a corner, connect to yourself. Connect to yourself means what? Just aligning. There's nothing to connect here and there. Don't get too confused in that. Just settle down and observe what all is happening. Observe. Don't wait for something to come out. Just observe whether it comes or not. You're just sakshi. And see what your mind does on anything that comes. Don't pick up a topic and sit. Today I'll solve this in my meditation. Don't do that. Whatever naturally has to flow will flow to you. When the time is right, it will come into the mind. So that is what needs prior attention. So do not prioritize your own stuff. What is needed will naturally come. So all that you sit and do is even watch that. See, you are also still not even deciding which are the priorities that you're going to take. Get it? There also you are Sakshi. You're not even deciding today I will sit and solve this problem. No, there also no comments. This is going with the flow. This is going with whatever you call surrender, or you go call it giving unto the higher powers, or whatever. Running with the flow. Running with the flow because you are not even deciding. So when you sit for meditation, just watch for a change. Every time we are used to putting on the earphones and doing so much of stressful stuff, the meditations that we hear are beautiful, but our mind stresses over them. It is not shant. Even if you have the most beautiful mantras and most beautiful music playing, if your mind is not calm, if you're not settled, you won't be able to take the benefit of that meditation. So it is very important to practice awareness, being aware. So when you're aware in your mind also, you can look at the thoughts of what is coming, what is not coming, how it comes, how it goes. Nothing. Just tell your mind no comments. No comments. Whenever it is attempting, you will see that every second it is attempting to do something or the other. Even thinking, am I having any comments? To that also you are saying no comments. It is a process called neti, 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 neti. Not this, not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, not this. Your identification, you are letting go. Till now we have identifying with everything and anything. Now you are disassociating by this word neti. Not this, not this. One thought comes, not this. Another thought comes, over that thought, not this. Everything you discard, not this. Not this, and don't go behind it. Why not this? Don't go into that. Why am I saying not this? No, 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 no. I shouldn't have said not this. Don't go to anything. Anything that comes, not this. You will see that if you are able to filter out slowly, the huge thing drops. You might not immediately fall into meditation or go deep, and then you might think, what's happening? See, what's happening when that question comes also, not this. Throw that away. Anything that comes. So over a period of time, you'll see, period of time means it depends on how connected you are. In a couple of seconds to a couple of minutes, you will see that all are dissipating, and then suddenly you will fall into a certain kind of awareness. You'll become consciously very awake. When that is because the whole neti has associated yourself with any thoughts. And when you don't claim any thoughts, absolutely, over a period of time, few seconds to few minutes, you'll see that suddenly you have gone into a space and there is emptiness, there is nothingness, there is something that is very beautiful, peaceful, calm. There also, sukshma, some thoughts might come. Oh, this is so beautiful. Or what is this? Neti to that also. Because only then you are going to go deep. Don't stop. Have that habit of saying not this. So that's a beautiful meditation actually on nothingness. Nothingness can come only if you are ready to have nothing here. So it is an starting an effort, and slowly it becomes effortless. Starting with putting an effort of what? Only one simple effort to watch and say no to anything. Very strictly. If you fail, if you get distracted, go in that moment. But again, when you become conscious of it, bring back. Oh, I distracted. Don't sit why I got distracted and all that. You'll see sometimes you'll get lost for a long time. And then you'll say, oh my God, what was that? It's okay, be very kind to yourself. It's a practice. Again, come back centered. It's okay. No judgments. Keep doing that. Side by side, I would always suggest you to practice these for a couple of minutes every day, especially early in the mornings or before you go to sleep. You'll see a drastic difference in your meditation. Because this is exactly what meditation is supposed to be. It is supposed to take you into nothingness, it's supposed to take you into Turiya. This is the fourth and fifth state, Turiya and Turiyatit. There are three states: the Jagrat, the Sushupti, and Swapna. The awake, the sleep, and the dream states. There are three states. This is what the Tripura Rahasya is all about. The three states. The secret of the three cities. These are the three states which Lord Dattatreya gave it to Parshuramji, written by Sumedh Maharshi. So, how to discard these three states and enter into the fourth city and the fifth city is the secret of Tripura Rahasya. So it's all these only. These in this practice only you will get that. Because slowly what this will start working on your waking states first, and then slowly you'll start seeing it moving, this kind of activity moving even into the other two states, sleep state also, and even in the dream state. When the dream state it becomes very profound, that is what is called as lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming means you are awake, you are sajak, you are aware of that time what the dream is happening. You means who? The dreamer. The dreamer is aware of the dream. The dreamer is aware that this is a dream. That's the beauty. When this enters profoundly into your dream state also. And lucid dreaming means what? Lucid dreaming means able to even control your dreams. Like in the dream, you are aware and you are in awareness. You are going through the dream. You are aware. It's all a dream. And you play the play. It's a beautiful thing. So that's what's happening in the Swapna Loka. And when you come out, this is another Swapna Loka. Are you getting it? So if you practice being in the Swapna Loka, in this Maya Jagat, in that form, being detached with it and disassociated with this, and even knowing that it's a play, the whole play, and you are still playing a role here, the same thing happens in your dream state and in the sleep state. So with this activity in all the three states happening, the awareness increases. So when your awareness increases, you are expanding the horizon into all the three states. When you become completely aware of all the states, is when you are not associated with anything, any content of the three states. And when you are disassociated with all the three contents of whatever contents are there in all the three states, that is when you shift into the fourth city called Turiya. Turiya is what I am trying to tell you. Your meditations should be full of Turiya. Blissful state, blank state, nothingness. Where nothingness is there, it's a blissful state. You have gone. Turiya Teeth is the fifth state, they say. But that's nothing but again the fourth state only. Turiya Teeth is Turiya is when you are nothing and then you come back into your awakeness. You have come back. You are shifting regularly from one city to the other. From awakeness you are going to sleep. In sleep you are again entering into dream. After dream you are again coming into sleep or awakeness. Are you getting it? Sometimes you might touch Turiya in your dream state or sleep state, or sometimes in the Jagrat, who are meditating only can touch the Turiya in Jagrat. So if you are meditating in the Jagrat Avastha, that you might touch the Turiya. So that is called the fourth state, where you are having only glimpse of that, like Chota Jalak trailer of that fourth city. Now to expand that Jhalak into a full movie, trailer into a full movie, and keep it sustained is called Turiya Tita. You expand that Turiya state. Dear ones, I was last week with a great yogi called Mohan Swami. He is named as Mohan Swami in Sogal. So I and my friend who had come from Kodaikanal, Sivadas Bhai, we had gone to meditate in Sogal and we happened to meet Mohan Swamiji. And he opened up certain beautiful insights into how the breath and these cities or three Tripura Rasya, the states, and the fourth and fifth state. I was never knowing about the fifth state. I was only knowing the fourth state is Turiya state. Then he told the fifth state also is there to sustain that Turiya, to expand it. And he comes from the lineage of Shivanand Paramahamsi, who are experts in Jiva Samadhis. A great large percentage of the lineage even today takes Jiva Samadhi. So Jiva Samadhi. And in Sogala I had gone, there are already 2-3 Jiva Samadhis, all from the same lineage of Shivanand Paramahamsi. And Mohan Swami is again a descendant in that lineage. So I wanted to actually take things from the horse's mouth, because I've been already working on the Jiva Samadhis a lot in my posts. So I dared to ask him a few questions, and he dared to answer. He doesn't answer normally. This time he did it, and I took his permission if I can record it, and he was okay with it. So a few talks, a little bit of it I was able to record. So it's all in Kannada, and my friend was sitting with me, and he doesn't understand Kannada. So while Mohan Swami was talking, I was live translating it to him. So my voice in English also is recorded there. So I will attempt to just clean up that video and share it with you on the mysticalmystics.com. So there I'm hoping people who are interested more deeper into these aspects of life can look into. This again I'm telling you is not everybody's cup of tea, because these are very deep insights which nobody's really bothered to go into. Most of the world is still stuck in how to heal, how to get powers, how to get siddhis, how to get wealth, how to get fame, how to get blah 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 blah. So this is a different field which I'm talking, the mysticalmystics.com and the Facebook page also. These are people who don't want any of these things, who have ridden them of all these things. Now they want to go back to their original state, and while living they do a lot of feats, which is what I try to record and capture in all my travels and meeting of Dhutas and the mystics. So I'm grateful to Mohan Swamiji again that he shared a couple of his insights, because he's the first yogi I ever met in my life many years back. More than around, it's close to around 15 years back. He's the first yogi who met and who used to guide me. And he taught me a certain breath work those days, which I did not take it seriously. But today I understand the importance of it. And today when I look back, I come to know that it's from the lineage of a great lineage, which does apply in all the lineages. I'm not saying that is a special lineage or the lineage that the Guru Diksha I've taken from my Gurudev Avadhut Shivanandji is a different thing, and that they are all the Kundalini sadhana. It's all the Shaktipat based life journeys, the paths. It's all the Shakti sadhana. It's all about raising your Kundalini from the lower chakras to the higher chakras to attain self-realization. How to do it? Many masters have different techniques, different ways, but essentially it's the same basic force, primordial force, the life force, the Shakti that rises from your lowest chakra to the highest chakra. And the path is only one. It cannot go from anywhere else. It has to pass through the Sushumna and the other two adjoining nadis, the Ida and Pingala nadi. So while it travels to the Sushumna, and how it travels defines your spiritual journey, and how it is taken, naturally, casually, gradually, eventually, or forcefully, or with will, or whatever you call it. These are the different paths that attempt to take the same energy through the spinal cord, that is the Sushumna Nadi. So the breath work that he had taught me then was all to do with the same. So only after I met my Guru again and we were doing sadhanas, what he taught me automatically activated. Till then I had just practiced it for a couple of months and I let it go, and I didn't take it seriously. So it's not about the techniques, let me just tell you. Let me share very very, very important this is. Because after me telling this to a couple of them, they try to go and ask him the same. It doesn't happen that way, guys. You got to understand, it's more than a technique. That is why there are so many techniques in this world on Shaktipat and Kundalini Sadhana. There's so many gurus who have taught this. But tell, how many of them, do all of them have enlightenment at one time? Or do you see mass enlightenment? It's not. Though they are doing the techniques. So there are some certain things which needs to be combined very well while you're doing these aspects. Main is your intention, and secondly is the purity of intention of what you want and why you want it. So it's a big combination. What I'm trying to say is, in brief, if you practice awareness, awareness is your intention. It purifies intention, I'm telling you. Because by awareness, you root out, you weed out anything that is not important for you. And when you keep on doing that, you are purifying your consciousness simultaneously with your sadhana. So with a purified consciousness, when you do any sadhana, it benefits more. That's how it all works. So that's what I'm trying to share through all these awareness stuff that I'm sharing, including the awareness bulb. we all do have our bulbs, but we fail to switch it on. That's, I'm trying to just motivate guys to say that you have a bulb within, which will keep on telling you the right guidance. What I'm posting there is the guidance that I receive from inside, from the bulb inside. What is that bulb? That bulb is awareness, shifting into awareness. When you shift into awareness, the bulb lights. That is divine love and divine light. The divine light is the bulb. So that is what I'm trying to encourage, that while doing any path you are, and any marga you are, whether you are on the religious journey, bhakti marga, karma yogi you are, or you are a Raj Yogi, or you are a Bhogi, or a Nishkam karma person, or a Jnani with a lot of Vedantas and all that. Okay, fine. A lot of wisdom and intellect, working on the intellect, whichever path you are, or the Kundalini Sadhana, or the Guru Shishya Parampara, everywhere awareness is here. So whatever you are working on, even if you are a Christian, if you are a Muslim, or if you are a Hindu, or a Jain, a Parsi, Sikh, you will see that whichever religious text you touch with a divine awareness, it will be all in purity. The scriptures will be revealed to you in purity. Whichever scripture you are reading, even if you are reading Islam, it will have a different beautiful flavor. Even if you are reading the Bible, it will have a different beautiful flavor. So these are the advantages of practicing awareness, because awareness belongs to all. Everybody can do it. And that's how I'm trying to share these videos and things like today's music that I was trying to share here. It's all in awareness. A certain kind, these promote awareness. Do activities that promote awareness. Music is one realm that goes very deeply into awareness, because until you are aware, you cannot sense and feel music. You cannot create music until you are aware. You got to be aware of something even beyond the 7 notes, Saregamapadanisa. Beyond that, there's a huge realm of melodies that are floating around. You got to catch it, and you'll see when you are touching those zones, automatically some certain tunes come out of you. That's how all the great composers also composed. If you're a painter, certain strokes, why not everybody is able to paint greatly? It is only in strokes. But which stroke to give, when, and with what pressure to give, how lightly, how sharp, and how much it should touch the surface, this only a painter can do. What is it that decides that stroke? Awareness. That person enters into awareness, then only you can see they're in a certain awareness. They're lost. They're not lost anywhere. They become aware. I told you, when you become aware, you become silent. That is why a painter silently paints, a musician silently composes, a poet silently writes. From where is those words coming? There are thousands and millions of words floating around. Why is it that one person can catch and make it very poetic? The other person doesn't understand anything. It's all hodgepodge. Awareness. This person has tapped into that awareness and has caught those beautiful rhyming words which decode a certain mystery of life. Why does a writer write pages and pages and pages and blogs and articles and so much to write? All the time writing, writing. Where is it coming from? It's coming from awareness. This is what I want to encourage you guys on this page, shifting into awareness. If you practice all these things, you can touch these zones. You will get in touch with such kind of hobbies and activities that will make you meet yourself. You meet yourself. You meet you. You meet awareness. Awareness is you. And you discover that I am awareness. I am from where everything is flowing out. I am from where everything is discovered and invented. It's all there within. This is few examples I gave you about a pure poet, writer, musician, painter, anybody, any artwork you see, anything beautiful any person is doing, you see. A gardening, person who's gardening, you look at him. That person is very connected to that nature and is beautifully aligned with what that person is passionate about. You'll see that person is actually meditating even gardening. That's how all the hobbies are created. You got to actually dig into those spaces to get connected with deeper realms, because this whole life itself, the whole day, is also supposed to be meditative, not just half an hour, 1 hour a day. If you find 1 hour sitting is a struggle in meditation, bring out these practices gradually in every part of the day. You'll see that slowly and slowly you are attuning to within. Slowly or slowly you are attuning to become silent. Slowly, every transformative things will start happening. Even the foods that you eat will automatically start changing drastically. The clothes that you wear, the people that you meet, the choices that you make in life, the circumstances in which you live, the environments in which you stay, you work, your workplace, your colleagues, everything will change. Change, I don't mean that you will pick and choose. No, what I told you, observe everything and whatever comes is fine. Amartya, in awareness, is it necessary to be aware of everything? Can a practitioner concentrate his awareness in one thing? One thing, I wouldn't call that awareness. I call that what generally people say focus. One thing at a time is focus. So if I say focus on what I say, that is awareness only on the focus, but I will never say that. That's very limited perception of what you can do with your awareness. I will always say focus on everything as much as possible at one time. That is awareness, because when you are a soul, when the soul is in the body, and if the soul has to become aware, it cannot become only aware of the nose. It's very limited. If you only become aware of your heart, it's very limited. You will say one at a time. No, I can think only. No, that's your thinking. That you can focus that because the world has told you can only think about one thing at a time. No. I've showed it to you in many of the live sessions. Like when you're listening to me, you're listening right now. Listen to me. Also listen to what is around you. It is possible that you're listening to me. You're listening to the background music. See, the background music is going on. You're not aware of it till now. When I pointed now to you, you will become aware. And now when you're becoming aware, you will hear some music also going on in the background. You will hear my voice, you will hear voices around you. Are you not hearing 2-3 things at one time? Similarly, This is just with the ears. With the eyes also be aware of everything. With all your tactile sensations, everything, be aware. And be aware of within the body also. That is also possible. Why not? It's possible. While you're listening to me, just become aware of your both the eyes. Just become aware of how the eyeball is. How does it feel? And at the same time, keep looking at me. Don't stop looking at me. It's possible. So right now you're looking at me. You're even being aware of who's sitting here, and you're being aware of your eyes. Expand that into your face. While you're listening, you're looking at me, and at the same time you're becoming aware of your full face. You'll see that there is a certain sensation in your whole face while you're listening to me. Now expand that to your whole upper body while you're listening to me. Whole head and the upper body is being felt now. Become aware of everything: your heart, lungs, stomach, inside the bones, the collar bones, the shoulders, the eyes, nose, ears, everything. Become aware, and at the same time become aware of me also. So it's a beautiful thing. You become aware of become aware of your whole body. Expand that again till your toes. So whole body from top to bottom, become fully aware of inside at one time. It is possible with practice. Many, you will get it right now what I'm saying. A little you might move here and there, but still you will feel it. Now, when I told you become aware of your body, you lost the awareness of the music. Now I'm saying become aware of the body, the music, my voice, this mobile, what is in your house, everything. It's all possible. And you'll see while you're doing that, if you're doing this sincerely right now, while you're watching this, if you're doing it right now, you'll see something very magnificent right now is that you have become silent, you become motionless. You cannot do this by doing this. You'll suddenly, even if you have been doing this, and when I told you this, you will become motionless. Because now you become aware. Not just physically, even your mental capacities drop. You'll see suddenly you have become silent. Suddenly you have become alert and awake. Your eyes will expand. Your eyes will not move here and there. Distractions will drop. Suddenly you will become still. And if you have entered stillness, that is meditativeness. You have entered into meditation. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You don't have to actually close your eyes to meditate. You have to practice with your eyes open, meditating. What is meditation? Stillness. And when you go into stillness, what do you experience? Awareness. You become aware. Or vice versa. You go into awareness, you will become still. You go into stillness, you become aware. They're both one and the same. It's a quality that they're blending with each other. So this is how you need to practice while you are awake, wakeful state. Practice it as much as possible. Whatever you're doing whole day. When you get aware of this, become aware. Very important, very, very important. It will zoom up, it will accelerate the process of spiritual transformation. Really, it will. Because there are additional things that you got to do with all the mainstream things that you're doing. Awareness is the main thing. So it's all possible at one time together. So you are aware right now of me, of yourself, what is happening inside your body, what's happening outside. So it's all possible, which is not possible with focus. If I say focus, you will only focus on your nose, then your focus will be here. If I say now focus on your ears, the focus has gone from here and it has come here. But if I say become aware of your nose and your ears, it is possible. So this is like an introduction to yourself. Actually, this was not the subject that I am supposed to. I was planning to even speak on this because I had 2-3 questions. I thought I'll just play the music and I'll go off and continue with the live session next Sunday or some other time, whenever possible in this week or weekend or on a Sunday. But I don't know what I said, why I said, and how I said. But I suppose it is what is meant to be. This is what I said, guys. when you practice awareness, you will begin to live in the moment, and the biggest transformation that will come is you will accept everything the way it is. There is no control. It happens, fine. It doesn't happen, it's fine. There is no judgment. There is no opinion. Should it happen or should it not happen? There is no regret, or there is no thumbs up, a feeling of wow, achievement. There is no achievement. Like if I say I was not supposed to make this lengthy video, only 5 minutes live, I was supposed to play the music and go. But this has turned to a lengthy video which has thrown out a lot of deep insights. So I wouldn't be excited about it and say, wow, something happened today. No, there is no judgment, no opinions. It happened, it happened. If this wouldn't have happened, there wouldn't have been regret. Oh my God, this didn't happen. It should have happened. Or I should have said this, I should have. There's no regret. So basically, even while I do my live videos and I finish it, at the end of 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, I don't know. Whatever I say, I have no regrets. And I have no happiness that something has been done. This is the greatest transformation that I've seen happening in my life. You accept everything the way it is. And that is what I'm trying to tell you. You guys who have written all these mails to me that there's a problem here, there's a problem there, this is happening, that is happening. It's just because we have a lot of opinions. Problem here, problem there is again an opinion that you have that's a problem. I'm telling you, let it alone. Leave it alone. Most of the things get sorted on its own. It is only when we meddle, including the physical body, that delays happen. We don't let it alone. Whatever happens, accept it. When we don't accept these small things in life, when we don't accept only, we have this habit of not being happy because I don't accept this. My certain situation right now is not good. It's not good. It's very tensed. I don't want this situation. So there is a pushing away. There is a struggle. There's a friction of non-acceptance of that situation in life, and that makes it worse. Because you want to run away from it or you want to push that thing away from it. Rather, if you practice what I'm telling you, accept. No judgments, no opinions. Okay, fine. Let's see what happens. See, it's a beautiful fun. You might not feel it as fun, but I'm telling you, when you master to a certain level also, you'll start feeling it and the advantages of it. That is how the Avadhuts, they remain, all the drama is going around them, but do they even make a comment? Everybody else might speak. We speak so much about Avadhutas. Avadhuta this, Avadhuta that, they did this, they did that. All the time we are talking about what they did, but do they talk? They never talk. They have nothing to talk. Why? No opinions. They have no opinions, and when there is no opinion, there is no discussion, no debate, no talk, no conversations. Nothing to say, nothing to enhance. They accept everything the way it is. A drunkard comes to them, it's okay. They don't say, hey, you go away from here. We might do that. They don't, because it's okay for them. They accept them. A saint comes to them. They don't say, come, I'll bless you. It's okay for them. They don't judge them also. Whether a saint comes to an Avadhuta or a robber comes to an Avadhuta, he is not bothered at all. He is not impressed, neither is depressed. He is not impressed by a saint, not depressed by a robber. You must get this. What is the secret? The secret is this: awareness. They have complete mastery over non-judgment. There is no opinion. So again, I told you, these are things again in awareness. What I'm trying to say, these are the actual language of the Avadhutas only. The path of Avadhutas is what I'm actually stating in a very concrete manner. in a very debatable manner, in a very blah blah manner, because it has to sound interesting for us, and only then we can go into it. So that's okay, even if it is sounding that way. So today's whole video, if you have been very seriously watching, and if you're alert on what I'm trying to say, there are a lot of things I've shared here. If you can catch it, catch it. I will not try to promote this as it is this and this. This happens very naturally. Accepting everything the way it is. Some of you wrote, my people are this way, my home family is that way. Accept it. Don't fight anything. If a certain situation is not giving you happiness or is not giving you pleasantness, just change your attitude for a moment and see how if I switch my opinions over it and just watch it. I'm telling you, it will be terrific. Not terrible, terrific. Try it. Just try it and see. That is why I said, those who come, fine. Those who don't come, fine. And I shared a post which said, what is it that, I don't know. I've shared all these posts on the awareness bulb. It's actually very beautiful. It gives you all the insights. In this, I think towards the end I had shared this, what I'm trying to speak on some of you guys who have written a common problem of your situations. I'm not directly answering your question, but it was something about I'm not able to get that. Yeah, this one is beautiful. Nothing did we do. It had all been done. Nothing do we do. It's all being done. Just hold on. I must share this with you because this is important for your problems. Once you have done your part, let go. Oh, it was not in his. It was that what have you lost in this year, 2020? What have you lost in this year? What have you gained in this year, 2020? Answer to both is nothing. Nothing gained or nothing lost. At the end, what had to stay with me stayed. What had to leave me left. This is a pure understanding about non-judgment. There's no opinion. So what? Somebody left. So if I have not been creating opinions, somebody is leaving, and there also I'm not trying to control whether they should leave or not leave. If I was silent and watching things happening, they left. When they left, I have no regret that I made them go, or I did not make them go, or I did not make them stay back. No opinions. Everything is fine. So when that has happened, then future also there will be no regrets as to was it good that they left or was it bad. You are there, it's fine. You are not there, it's fine. We are moving with life. Whatever happens to us, however it happens to us, there is no control. Whatever life is giving, we are moving through it unattached, detached from it completely. We are not decision makers. In my own life also, I've seen so many people, new people whom I've got acquainted to, and lot of close people who I was once close with just left. I was surprised because even friends left. Very deep friendships, I was thinking. So when there was no judgment, whatever is happening, whether it's happening for good or bad, and normally we would feel very bad. You would very feel, oh, it's my old friend. This shouldn't have happened. There is regret and remorse and pain and depression because we were not able to control something. We lost control. We lost it, we say. I lost it. There's a regret because my control, it went away from my control. So what you were trying to control, that was the friction. That was the main problem, not whether the person stayed or went. But when there was no control, it's okay with you. So the person is no more around, it's fine. What if it is back? It's fine. So when you have shift into such kind of an attitude, there will be no misery over loss, nor there will be pride and rejoice in what you gain. When you get something and you are very happy, yay, that means you are reacted to it. You have an opinion, okay, I got this and I'm enjoying. So that yay is wonderful, but please understand, this is a dual world. If there is a yay, it will go one day. What you get will go one day. So if there is a yay to what you get, there will surely be depression in what you lose. That's how it works. So when you get also, if there is no opinion, no judgment, fine. You might think this is a lifeless life, what I am talking about. No, my dear ones. It is a life full of life. It might seem lifeless to you, but when you see how unattached you become to all these things, then you start entering into the realm of your awareness, which is the real true state which you and me have been struggling to get into spirituality, get it from spirituality. The results start coming from there. You are entering into that zone. You can only enter when you let go of all this unwanted nonsense, which the world takes a lot of pride in. That is how you are defined. The whole world defines you, I, me, and myself. You are known by your title, your name, and how much you do in this world. You are called successful by how much you do in this world. But you might be a successful person here in this Bhuloka. But real success is how much successfully you can leave this Bhuloka and go into further realms successfully. And who can go successfully? Who's unattached? Because they have nothing to worry, they have no pains or gains. They move freely where they want. So that's the beauty of awareness, dear ones. And that's the beauty of shifting into awareness as much as possible in the day or night or whenever you're aware of it. So take time to practice these things, bring it on. The music, 5 minutes in the start, played a lot of important role in bringing this message today. And I'm happy if it has worked for you, and I'm not sad if it has. I don't want to say anything that's negative. Anyways, with lots of love and light, divine love and light in my heart, I share with you my deep, profound prayers and well wishes. Gurudev Sharanam, Guru Mandala Sharanam. Those who joined late, please take a look at this video from the start. Bye.